Welcome back to the My Read Life. On this channel, we talk about travel, life with littles, and of course some DIY house projects mixed in there. Now today we are going to talk about what to pack on that beach vacation. Now is what we'll use as a frame of reference here is what to pack on that resort style beach vacation. And as a frame of reference, I will use beaches, resorts as the vacation or the destination of reference. So that's where we've gone the past few times and absolutely loved it. And this is what we bring for our littles when we're there every time. Now there's a few different categories that you need to pack for when you're going on a resort beach type vacation. And this, of course, packing list will differ if you are renting a home or if you are staying with relatives, or even if there's a place where you can get Amazon delivered, the list would change. Let's get into it. So the areas that we'll focus on are planning for illness or injury, the eating components, what to pack for the pool, what to pack from a diapering perspective, clothing, and then just some other necessities that you'll want to plan for when packing for a beach resort vacation. First up, planning for illness or injury. Now these are not major injuries. If someone breaks a bone or there's a serious illness, you need to go to the local hospital or urgent care or wherever your resort guides you. These are just to take care of the runny nose, the diaper rash, just upset stomach, those types of things. So I always have a bag. You can put this in a Ziploc bag. I typically do just so in case anything spills, it doesn't get over the rest of my luggage. But in here I have things like, and let me open this up. So I've got, of course, Kleenex. I bring a few of these. And the amount or quantity of these items, and really any of the items that I talk about in this entire video, will change based on the duration of your vacation. So if you are spending 3 days there, you'll pack less, versus if you're spending 2 weeks there, you'll need to pack a little bit more. So first, in the illness or injury, I've got Kleenex, Vaseline, diaper cream, hand sanitizer, and then I also have just some of these fever reducers and cold medicine in here. And then I also have like baby rub, Vicks baby rub for the chest. I have alcohol wipes. And then I've got some nasal spray. And then of course I have a thing for their nose also to suck out the boogies. So those are some of the things that I pack in my medical kit when we're traveling. Yours may differ based on the types of illnesses your kids typically get. While we'll talk about pool and sunscreen later, you also may want to pack something for sunburns in your medical kit. While, hopefully that's not an issue for you because we've all applied sunscreen as generously as we can. But that's the first category, is to plan for illness or injury. The next category is eating. So of course, this will vary based on the age of your children. If your children are still in the breastfeeding or bottle feeding, formula or breast milk, whatever it might be, you've got to plan for that. So whether you have bottles or your breast pump or nipple shields or storage bags or formula, those are all things to plan for. Or if you're washing bottles, make sure to bring a scrubber and dish soap with you. Those are just so crucial. You need to be able to wash your bottles. You're not going to have a dishwasher there. So anything that you might need to sanitize your bottles, you'll also need to bring that. Now, one thing also within eating, if your kids are at the age where they can sit at the table and have some solid food, one thing that was really beneficial when we brought our 1-year-old, she was starting to eat and explore and things were messy. I brought these disposable bibs. They are great. Love them. And then I also had disposable placemats that were plastic on top, and they stuck to the counter and they didn't leave any residue when you pulled them off. So it was as easy as bringing a disposable bib, a disposable placemat every time with us to when we were eating at any of the restaurants. Now, one thing just to note is the reason why some of those placemats came in just really clutch for us was because beaches resorts that we went to, which is a kid-friendly resort, they didn't have plastic plates at the buffets or at any of the restaurants. So you need to make sure that, if your kid isn't used to eating off of a glass ceramic plate, that you need to plan accordingly. So we would get her food from the buffet on the plate, and then we would cut it up and put it on her disposable placemat. So that's one thing that we did that made the eating just so much easier. Now, the next thing to plan for is the pool. At beaches resorts, they had, especially the one in Turks and Caicos, there's like 10 pools, a lot of pools. So you want to be in there and you want your children to be able to enjoy, of course, the pools and different water sports, but you need to plan accordingly. So let's talk about what you'll need for the pool. First, sunscreen. Now, my family went through a can every 2 days. So make sure you plan accordingly and bring enough sunscreen. Next thing is pre-packaged pool floats. Now, this is a big unicorn that you can kind of sit in. It's very cute, but I got it on Amazon. I left it in the packaging and it's very compact. And I'm gonna leave it this way until our upcoming beaches vacation because it travels easier. And then of course these beach balls here, I just got these at the dollar store and I'm keeping them packed in this packaging until we leave. Now is what we will do with these is, these were $1 each and I think this was, like $14.99, something like that. But we will leave these at the resort when we go. Next up, pool toys. If there's any sandcastle making toys or anything that you would like, those again are relatively expensive at the gift shop. So buy them before you leave, pack them, and then leave them there. Next thing, we love our pool safety vest, I guess. So my daughter does wear this in the pool. Now, even if they're wearing this doesn't mean that they don't need to be supervised. You need to be with them all of the time. So be prepared to be in the pool just as much as they are in the pool. But this is something that we do take with us and then we bring home with us. So those are some of the things that you will need for the pool. Now, pool diapers, you need to bring those, but we will talk about those in diapering. All right, up next we have diapering. So as I've said multiple times before, your diapering needs will vary based on the age of your children and just what they need, if they're potty trained, if they're not, and what type of diapers that you use, whether you are a cloth family or a disposable diaper family. So we're a disposable diaper family, so I'll share a little bit about our process and how we plan and pack for a beach resort. Now, first of all, you can get diapers, swim diapers, and regular diapers at the gift shop at your resort. However, as I mentioned before, you're going to pay more for them and the options are limited. So bring everything that you need. I also just recommend bringing more than you need. There's no harm in bringing more and taking some of the diapers home. They're quite light anyway. First of all, swim diapers. These are a necessity and they are required for the pool. So make sure that you have swim diapers. I would plan for 2 diapers, depending on how much you plan to be in the pool. I usually plan for 2 to 3 swim diapers per day. If my kids are in the pool, just a few hours a day. But if your kids are in the pool a lot of the time, you're going to want to do more than what I do. So swim diapers. Next, baby wipes. Bring more than you think you will need. So baby wipes is important. Changing pads. Now, I usually bring 2. I have one in my diaper bag that will go to and from kids camp. And then I have one in our hotel room that just stays there. So every time I'm changing a diaper in our hotel room, I don't need to get the changing pad out of the diaper bag. It's easier for me, and they're so light, and it's an easy thing to pack. And then packs of diapers. Keep them sealed. So this, of course, makes them take up less space than if you were just to pack open diapers. So as much as you can, closed, sealed diaper packages. Now, one thing that I always do, and keep in mind for feeding and diapering, and just a lot of the things that you just can't afford to lose. Number one, well, we put air tags on all of our luggage, so we know where it is. We know if it gets on the plane, we know if it gets to our destination. But in the event that your luggage doesn't get, a piece of luggage doesn't get to your hotel for 24 hours after, maybe even 48, is what I do is I split up the diapers and my feeding items across at least 2 different suitcases. So I will have a big diaper pack in one, a big diaper pack in the other, and I have one child who is in bottles and formula. So I will split up that also across multiple suitcases. I also plan in my diaper bag for the airplane to have multiples of everything. So in case our luggage gets delayed 24 to 48 hours, I can still, I have enough to diaper and feed our little one who can't have regular food yet. So those are the things for for diapering. You want to have enough diapers, even more than you need, regular diapers, swim diapers, wipes, changing pad. Don't plan on, if you are a cloth diaper family, you're not going to be able to plan to do laundry. They may or may not have laundry machines. They may or may not be working. So those are just something to keep in mind. That's what you need to bring for diapering. All right, let's talk about the clothing that you will need to bring. Now, I am using the reference of a beach tropical vacation. So I'm packing warm summer clothes. Now, you always want to make sure you look at the weather and see what it will be at your destination for a 10-day outlook, just so you are prepared. There's a few things that I always bring, even if it says it's going to be, between 80 and 90 every single day. I still will throw in an extra hoodie, cardigan in our luggage. But here's some things that I pack for a beach vacation for our little ones. Now, first of all, daily outfits. So these are going to be, if they're at the pool a lot, number one, they're going to be running around in their swimsuit a lot. But I just do basic shorts and t-shirts. At least do one outfit per day plus 2 extras is what I do. And that's, I think, even living on the edge a little bit. So shorts and t-shirts. And then I bring socks. So as far as footwear for the littles, I will bring for each one, I will bring a pair of sneakers, which they usually wear on the airplane, a pair of sandals that are their everyday kind of walking around sandals, and then a pair of dress shoes that they can wear in evenings if we go out for a nicer dinner. Now, sometimes they will just wear the clothes that they wore during the day, and so will you, to dinner. But there might be some times where there's a little bit of a nicer restaurant, or you've got family photos. That is one thing to also be aware of when you're packing for clothes, is does the resort you're at offer family photos? If you are going to a beaches resort, that is part of your package for the photographer to take the photos. However, you do pay to have prints made or to take home any of the images, whether it's electronic or have them printed. If you are doing the photo shoot and you want to do that, you're going to want to plan your outfits accordingly. So what will the kids wear? What will you wear? Those types of things. But I do also bring some, I've got girls. So I brought 3 dresses. Some Sometimes I bring more, but we're staying for 7 nights. I'll typically bring half of those. Now, as I mentioned, even if it's 80, 90 degrees, I always bring some sort of hoodies and a cardigan for them. If there's rain in the forecast, you may want to bring a rain jacket for them. Also, pajamas. I always bring at least 2 pairs of pajamas. Number one, if they pee through one, get sick on one, you need to have a backup. So at least 2 pairs of pajamas. And other things in clothes that I wanted to talk about is hats. I typically bring 2 hats per child and sunglasses when we go on a beach vacation. And swimsuits. So I will typically bring, again, 3 swimsuits per child. Now, I like the swimsuits best that have the long sleeve, that have long sleeves. I'm sure we all have our own preferences, but this just helps protect from the sun a little bit better. So that's why I choose the ones with long sleeves. And then I also just typically will bring along a little cover up for them to wear to and from the pool. And those are some of the things that I would bring for clothing. Now let's talk about some of the other necessities that you might have when packing for a beach vacation. Now, this will vary based on the age of your kids, based on where you're going. And again, this is just necessities when we're talking about the little ones. There is a whole nother list of things that I would encourage you to pack for the adults. And I'll talk about that in a future video. This is just for the littles. So first off, an infant bathtub. Now, the best one that I found was a blow-up bathtub that I just would bathe her in there. I would put it in the bathtub in the resort, in the bathroom of the resort, and I would bathe her there. Then she got big enough that she would just stand in the shower with me and she would bathe that way. Now for our next trip, we're going with she will be about 8 months when we go. And then my other one will be 2.5. So I will, again, bring the infant bathtub with us for my littlest one. Now, also bring all of the bath supplies. Now, you do not want to risk using the products from the resort on your child, just especially if they have sensitive skin, or you never know how they will respond, their bodies will respond to any additional fragrances or things like that. So always bring their body wash, shampoo, lotion that you use on them with you on your beach vacation. I also bring washcloths and like little towels that they're used to and comfortable with. Each resort will have towels and bath towels and face towels, but sometimes they're a little rough. They've been around for a while, so you may or may not want to use those. This is definitely optional, but something that we like to bring with us. The next thing up is just muslin blankets, really helpful to put on the floor, to wrap up, to lay on the bed. I mean, I use them a lot. I typically will bring one to the pool. Sometimes I hang it from the cabana or an umbrella for some extra shade. So I typically bring 2 of these, sometimes 3. And the next time is any bedtime necessities. So like a blanket that your child might sleep with at bedtime, or a beloved toy, or a pacifier, or tea. There's anything that they need to comfortably go to bed. That could be a sound machine. You can get small sound machines that really do travel well. Always just be mindful, if you bring anything that requires a plug-in, research where you're going and determine if you need any adapters for the outlets. All right, I also bring books along. I bring, 4 or 5 different books, so they can choose what they want to read for bedtime for them, along with toys for the room. These can be small little toys. It could be the same toys as their comfort. Pack a few toys. You'll need some toys for your diaper bag on the airplane. You'll need some toys for the room, and just also make sure that you have those comfort items also. Beach bag. Now, you'll want to have a beach bag that's big enough to fit all of your items and anything that you'll need for your littles. Plus, of course, your diaper bag. Now, your diaper bag is going to be packed. You are going to bring it on the airplane with you. It will be filled with all of the things that you need. And then, of course, the last thing is just binkies and teethers. So whatever binkies that your child does like, or teethers, bring those along. Anything that just makes them a little bit more comfortable, I just encourage you, pack. If in doubt, pack it. It'll just make your life easier when you are on that beach vacation. Now, those are the items that I recommend you pack for your littles on that beach vacation, from planning from illness and injury, eating, for the pool, diapering, clothing, and just basic other necessities. That's what I recommend. If you found this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us for future videos. Happy traveling!